Hey guys, Thad
And Grayson?
here for Iowa Budget RC Bashers, and back with the QD Midnight Pumpkin. And I've already done a little bit of pre-assembly, meaning that I put the axle back in the housing over here and pressed the end back on it, and then I put my motor back in the housing. So now we have to put the center gear back in here and then reassemble it. So we will find out if our fix works, if there's room for the slider, and it might just be a thing where we gotta move the gear to a certain position in order to get it to engage, but we'll deal with that as we need to. I do have some other ideas for this truck. Like I said, maybe a grasshopper or original Midnight Pumpkin style transmission. If this fails, who knows, but we'll figure something out. But anyway, we're going to start putting this together, so I'm going to hand the camera off to Mr. Fidget over here, and hopefully he can hold still long enough to film for us. Think he can do that, bud? Yeah. Alright. Alright, so first thing we gotta do, we gotta pull this gear and shaft and switch assembly out. This only goes in one way, so we need to make sure we get it going the right way. I believe that, yeah, it goes just like that, so arrow up towards the inside. If we don't get that right, then it doesn't work. So now I need to remember which way this went. That is, let's see, will it go that way, or does it need to be flipped? Nope, I think it needs to go the opposite way. Which way does it go? It's gotta be that way, I would think. And it should just press right onto the shaft. Get the hex lined up. There we go. That's in. Then next, the gear switching gear assembly and shaft will go in there. Grayson, are you making sure this is recording? Okay. Be a good cameraman. Alright, so this slides in there something like so. And let's see, what do we got going on here? Then this case half, let's see, is on, oh, I know what I did. So before I can do that, this gear has to go back behind here, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. We get that. Like I say, it's been 30 years since I've done this, and there's no real videos out there on the QD transmissions, so just trying to go by memory. I can always go back and look at my last video and see, or the first video, and see how it went together. Gotta get this spline lined up. There we go. And let's see. tight, but it works. Put a wheel on there. I think once we get the screws in and stuff, it should be just fine. So now I will go ahead and put the screws in and I'll bring you back. Alright, so we're back. We're gonna install our transmission assembly here. Rear end, whatever you want to call it. Put the battery box top back in there as best as I can. Grab this side. Pop the rear end in. Still looking for one of these battery box halves. So if anybody out there watching this knows of a QD pumpkin battery box, let me know, because they are different from the Radio Shack version. Alright, let's get screw lined up on here. This is where I need little hands.
I gotcha.
But it's not lined up on the threads or something here, and the transmission fell out. So, alright, Grayson's gonna put, I got one of the screws started, so Grayson's gonna put the other one in. Should always keep your finger on the screw until you get it started in there. Turn it backwards first. These are self-tapping screws, so you want to turn it backwards just until you feel it click. Now you got to push with the screwdriver. That's why they have the roller on the top of them. You rest that on your palm. There you go. No, not too tight. The last thing we want to do is strip this out. Alright, so one more goes right there. So again, turn it backwards like this.
Oh, right there. That's good.
Turn it backwards till you feel it click. That means it's falling into its threads. Oh, something ain't right here. Well, I guess I'll do this one because something ain't lining up here. I can't see what it is. Grayson, what are you doing? Oh, and I dropped the screws, so. Alright, so Grayson's gonna put the shocks on. It's kind of a big ordeal to get that last screw into the battery box here. I don't know what the heck was going on, but it would not go in. I tried it, Grayson tried it, whatever. You can snap your other one on first before you try and put the screws in. So these are typical Midnight Pumpkin style shocks. They just snap into the top and then they got a shoulder screw on the bottom. Do it at an angle. You can do it. You can do it, Bobby Boucher. You can do it all night long. There you go. Now flip it to one side or the other. Put it on its side. Okay, now I will hold the truck here and you can line up your screw. And you should be able to move the transmission wherever you need to. Shouldn't have to compress the shock. Stick it in the hole, boy. You know, the screwdrivers are magnetic. So you can use the screwdriver to guide yourself in the hole. It makes things a lot easier. Again, turn it backwards till it clicks.
It's already in the threads.
Okay. Make sure your screw's straight and screw it together. Just like that. Again, don't get it too tight. Just make sure your shoulder bolt is seated up against that shock. I'm sure that's about it.
Because look, I can just not even really press down and it still turns. Okay, that's it.
Alright, so that one was fine. Just not tighten it up completely. Oh, don't want to pinch your motor wires behind the shock there. Get those out of the way before you put your screw in. Same thing, just tighten it until the shoulder bolt seats. Alright, good. Alright, so threw the wheels on this sucker, and now I'm going to hook up the motor wires with Tamiya colors. The red goes to yellow, and the black goes to blue. The blue is your ground on your ESC. Alright, now we're gonna put our Gaines connected battery in there, and turn the switch on, turn the radio on, well, our pinion gear is not
Connected.
engaged.
That's why there's other power in it.
So we got something going on. So I guess we're gonna have to take it back apart and see what we missed, see what order we missed. But for some reason it's not engaging in the pinion, no matter where the gear case is set at, or the speed is set at. Yeah, so trial and error with this thing, but take it back apart and not a big deal.